Alright. We're not gonna go through the whole spiel again. We had to do a complete restart. Hopefully this gets us on track. I don't know what the issue is, but we're gonna figure it out. And I'm here back again. You know the deal, you know the vibe. The first hour we're just not even gonna worry about. Hopefully if everything can stay on point, we'll be good. If not, I don't know. But I'm here. Shout out to everybody that came through, man. Appreciate y'all. We gonna figure this thing out. Wild Pokemon in the chat as usual. Like I legit restarted my entire computer. I'm not recording. Hopefully when we upload this to YouTube later, it'll work. We'll figure it out. I don't care. We'll get some matches in. Squad up. Still got about like 3 hours of gaming, so we'll just go with that. I'm thinking maybe the recording and stuff might have been messing up everything because I'm doing double work. So we'll see. If it screws up now, I mean, honestly, I just don't even know. I don't even know what to do anymore. But we're hoping it doesn't. Hoping everything moves smooth and good. So, pray for me. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe because I was recording and streaming at the same time, it might have been just running a little too much. And it was just knocking everything off. So I'm hoping that with just streaming and then I'll just rip the thing from Twitch later, it should be good. Praying, hoping, we'll see. Yeah, if you stay ahead of the curve, you're good. Ooh. Why are you touching me, bro? Bam! You didn't qualify? Jesus. Boom! Let's go, baby! Gasly in the chat. Go! Damn it! Got him! Thank you, Gasly. Welcome to the team! I don't understand why you put wind in that. You don't need wind. That's an overkill. Damn, I didn't get wishy-washy. Damn. Ugh. Appreciate you coming through, big dog. Was good. Yeah, I'm ready for NXT, man. Trying to see what this Mandy Rose and Roxanne match is gonna do. Like, it's gonna be dope. I can't wait for it. Yeah, Mandy Rose she's doing a really good job out there. Like, I love what she's been working with. Toxic Attraction has been amazing. Um, I hope they don't move them up too early. Let them just go down there and be a focal point in NXT. We shouldn't be in a rush. They will definitely need to bring them. Yeah, I don't want them to ruin what Gigi and the other girls are doing. What was that? JC. There we go. I don't want them to ruin GC and JC to become like just irrelevant bottom feeders. I want them to be having their focal point. Because I always think that's the problem, is that you send them up too early and then you ruin them by giving them that weak momentum for like 2 minutes and then they're just destroyed. And then you're sitting there like Dewdrop is doing, like trying to cling to a feud if she can. Like, I feel bad for her at that point. Like, I don't want that to happen to Gigi and JC. And I don't want. And I know Mandy's gonna come back and she's gonna show out because she can do it. But I don't want that to hurt the other girls. So I hope they stay on NXT and do what they kind of did with Undisputed Era for a couple of years. But this time have them prepared to get called up. Like, have Mandy challenging those people from Raw and SmackDown to come down like they did with Natty, but actually, you know, grab a win off a couple of them just to get the momentum going so that when she gets drafted, I want her to get drafted, and not just her, but Toxic Attraction as a group get drafted to Raw or SmackDown in like like maybe 2 years, hopefully. I don't know. I feel like I don't want them to rush everything and not ruin this. Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. And I feel bad for Doudrop. And I respect Doudrop even more for, you know, making some of that crap work. And I mean, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, low-key was kind of liking the whole Eva Marie storyline for a little bit, because we all knew she was gonna beat the tar out of Eva Marie eventually, and it actually did happen, so I was like really cool with that. But it's one of those things where it's like, all right, you gotta have a plan, and she was not going to be Nia Jax 2.0, like, yeah. And that's the worst part. It's like you don't rush it, but then like you try to rush it and hope that you strike gold early. Yeah, you gotta have a legit plan. And I think the worst thing about the whole situation with Vince being like in sole control of creative is that he can just change his mind on a whim. And he could have a full plan for 6 months, and then all of a sudden, one day, he's just like, nah. And I'm like, oh, that is so brutal. No one wants to see that. Like, but I'm also happy that he was smart enough, or I don't know if he's smart enough, but he at least understood, yo, I can send a couple of these guys down to NXT, and I can get them refreshed, because what he did with Dolph was nice. Yeah. Very true. Like, you definitely have to put up some kind of hype video. You gotta build up that person if you're gonna bring them to Raw or SmackDown. You can't just have them just show up. And that was another reason why I would get, like, frustrated with AEW sometimes, because they'll just kind of have somebody show up and be like, yo, can we get a hype video? Can we build before they just show up? And you gotta have somebody, you gotta have Excalibur give me a full breakdown about this person so I can go, oh, that's that guy. Like, I hate that. But yeah, what I like what he did with Dolph was that he sent Dolph down to NXT, got him to work around, get some new energy going, and then brought him right back, but he put him right in the main event of Raw, which I love. And I also love that the US title is a focal point in the main event of a show, which is why I'm thinking that if you're gonna have Roman probably gonna stay on SmackDown, you gotta build that US title like it is the title, just like how Carmelo Hayes builds the North American title as the A title. If Lashley can keep building that prestige up for that US title, it's amazing. Like I said, you also have Gunther over there with the Intercontinental title. If they're building up these 3 titles as 3 main titles and not just secondary titles anymore, it's a good look for everything, because now every match becomes a bigger deal. And you're not just going, oh, he's just a mid-card title. Now it's like, wait a minute. These are real titles, and you got to go for some legit moves. You got to actually make legit storylines for all of them. The only goofy title now would be the 24/7 one. You go, all right, all the goofiness stays on the 24. We'll do some extra stuff with it. But if we're going to build up these US and Intercontinental title matches, do it. Do it with these 2 big behemoths out there. Hell yeah, let's go for it. Let's not waste our time with that. Yeah, like I know a lot of the New Japan guys, but when a lot of those guys were showing up or whatever, they had no build up, no nothing, and it's kind of just like, oh yeah, this guy. Like, you can't do that. Like, you really can't, unless, like, it comes off like just really pretentious too. Yeah. Like, and I want the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title to not be just seen as throwaway bottom card titles or whatever. I want them to be like, oh, yo, this title, like, if they can make it where the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title can headline a pay-per-view, like how back it was, like, when, what was it? Oh, God. When Bret Hart Intercontinental Championship match headlined a pay-per-view, like, when you can do those type of things, it shows that the title actually means something to people. And now it's like you're elevating titles, and you don't have to put every title on the line, and you can actually get to a real fight format like the UFC, because you don't have every UFC title defending like every month. But it's like, come on, you gotta do better. And I'm hoping that they do better. I want AEW to do better. Like, I knew about United Empire, but I was like, who the hell are these guys? Like, I couldn't name you everybody in United Empire, and I probably never could. Yeah, like, that's what you want. You want those 3 titles to main event. If those fights are big, go for it. Like, because that'll be amazing. Because now you can sit there and say, yo, he was Intercontinental Champion, he was US Champion, and these are legit fights. Because that's Gunther, that's Lashley, they're balling out. Like, I don't want Lashley and Gunther to be seen as lesser champions. No, I couldn't. I couldn't even name you everybody in United Empire. Like, I know Ospreay, I know Cobb, I know Great O'Khan, but those other guys, I was like, I don't know the tag team. I forgot the tag team name already. I was like, damn it, I don't know. I couldn't name you 5 top Will Ospreay matches either. I know the one that everybody talks about is him and Ricochet. Because it had that one sequence of flips and whatever, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't run them off. I couldn't run off Jay White like that either. And I love Jay White and I love Bullet Club, but there's no way I can run off a Jay White highlight reel. Like, we already lost the guy? Damn. Cherry. Another issue is that. Give me 1 second. I'll read that in a second. Oh, we lost 2? Are you kidding me? Yeah, we definitely screwed now. Hopefully. Man, great. Oh my god, we still in the game. Let's go. Cherry. But Cherry. Woo! Qualified, let's go! Alright. Other issue is that American wrestling fans can be horrible and xenophobic. Yes. Yeah. They don't. And the thing about it is, I don't think I know people don't want to have that conversation, but wrestling fans are super toxic. They're hella racist now. And the worst thing is, they're even more racist in public and online than ever before. I don't think you can see it on message boards here and there, but now you can just see them posting it on the original accounts, like just throwing out these racist terms and stuff. I'm like, yo, I've never seen so much boldness with racism, sexism, and they hate the Japanese wrestlers, they hate the black wrestlers, they hate women wrestlers. It's bad, and it's getting more and more toxic than ever. And I think it's funny, like I always thought it was funny. It's like everybody band together for Adam Cole and the body shaming that he got allegedly, and nobody really came to Ty Conti's defense when people were like really just dragging her online because marriage ended, or engagement, not even a marriage. Like, she literally got dragged for just existing. Like, and it was ugly. Like, Jay Cargill's messages get ugly. Like, just now, just seeing guys, someone, yeah, you know, I sling it off to you. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, why are y'all this weird? Like, no one says that to Adam Cole or Bryan Danielson. Like, say that to Kenny Omega once in a while. Like, stop being weird. I need y'all to move. Y'all are in my way. Jesus. Alright. Now I gotta focus. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah, they all, yeah. Yo, we know how they hate Jade. Like, but here's the thing. They hate all the women, and it's disgusting. Especially Jade, Sasha, Naomi. They're dragging them for no reason. Like, Jade was like, yo, what's up with all the racism? And it exploded. I thought that was hilarious. Pointing out there's racism, and then people responding with racism. How does that make sense for anybody? Like, how did you go, oh yeah, let's counter her calling out racism by throwing racism at her? Makes perfect sense. It makes no sense. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, but what was it? They ran off Jade. I remember Naomi got death threats for Jay getting locked up for DUI. She wasn't even there. And she got dragged online. Like, what is going on with people? Who also got, like, I know what's the name? Jordan Grace got death threats. Like, and that's not even the first time Jordan Grace has gotten death threats. Like, we've all seen the hate that she gets on a regular too, so. No! Oh, come on. No! Ay, Dios mío. Damn. Come on. No! No! God damn it. Yep. And the thing about it is, they're dumb marks, and they're actually, you know, committed. Let's not forget, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose were, like, attacked, like, not even attacked, but, like, pretty much stalked at home. And that guy was ready to kidnap them. Like Sonya Deville had a full death threat. Like, that man wanted to end her. And nobody said much about it after that. Like, That's what throws me off, because I'm like, yo, wrestling fans will never say anything about that. Oh, damn it. Yeah, running up to Bianca on the stop on a red light, like that is wild. And people are just like, let's worry about Booker T having some kind of issue that Adam Cole needs to bulk up a little bit. I've never heard anyone be so upset that someone just said, hey, bulk up a little bit, bro. My first thing would be like, damn, big bro looking out for me. Let me go listen to him real quick. Like, nope. We gonna call it a body shaming situation. I couldn't believe it. Like now you got people wishing death online to other fans because they enjoyed Raw. Like, I'm just shocked that people, when you just like, hey, I liked Raw last night, but oh my god, man, I hope you die. Like, damn, like, why are we this aggressive for people liking Raw? Like, when did we become this toxic and unnecessary? Exactly. You're putting your body on the line every night, and you're going through all these matches, and you're really destroying your body. Yes, you need to work out from time to time. And I thought it was crazy that a person like Booker T with what, 20 to 30 years of experience is telling you one thing, and you're like, man, he don't know nothing. I'm like, yo, 20 or 30 years. Yeah, all the stands are just dirty, and they're too vocal, they're too loud, they're too unnecessary. Like, if you like one show, cool, go enjoy your show. Don't be mad that other people like the other show. It's not your business. That's not your problem. Like, I hate it. I hate when people call people E-drones. I hate when people call people asexuals or whatever. And I was like, who has time to come up with these stupid ass names too? Yeah, like, when I posted the thing about Jordan Grace and them defacing her Wikipedia page, calling her a butterface. I'm like, the people that make those type of posts would never say that to her face or her husband's face, because they would get knocked smooth out by her or her husband. Even if her husband is hella short, it's not a problem, because he would knock you smooth out for disrespect, and you probably wouldn't even say it in the first place. But you are so tough online, saying whatever you want to these people, knowing that they're never going to see you. And then the worst part is the ones that sit there and make fake accounts just so they can say disrespectful stuff. If you that scared, don't go online then. Just say it at home. Like, if you can't be man enough to say what you want behind your own account, then don't say it. If you can't stand behind your stuff. But like, a lot of people mad at Jade and Bianca Belair just because they're athletic. Yep. But they'll never disrespect his wife in front of him. Ever. But they got a lot of tough talk online, and I think that is so whack. I think it's weak. I think it's embarrassing, like, that you're a grown man and you worried about someone else's opinion online. Here's the thing. She could have her opinion and it could be wrong. You could disagree. You do not need to threaten her life or go all the way off like she did something to you personally. She did not attack you. She made a take about someone else, and that's it. But because we're in wrestling, and if you say something that they don't like, oh my god, we gotta write 14 different tweets about you for like 2 months straight because I hate your life. Who has that type of time? You know I hate QT Marshall, but I do not have the time and or patience to waste my energy complaining about QT Marshall online. There's no way in hell I'm wasting my energy on QT Marshall online. Like, No, I might get a joke off here and there, but I am not going on my Twitter following QT Marshall because I hate him. Like, but I'm not going to sit here and follow him and then tweet at him all the time. You suck, bro. I hate your guts. You suck, bro. You suck, bro. No, no one has that type of time. And if you do, you are a waste. You're wasting your life. You're wasting your life. If you got to make fake accounts just so you can tweet about QT Marshall, you are really wasting your life. I could never do it. Never. Like, the day I sit there and start hate tweeting QT Marshall, like, if I see a tweet come along because someone else shared it, I'll maybe leave a comment or whatever. But if I'm following him, I got my notifications on every time he tweets just so I can hate on him the entire time. Or I can force him to block me. I'm good, fam. Nah. Wrestling has consumed me too much. Yeah, those are the ones that are funny. Because they come in so smugged. They come in there talking like they know every ins and out of the business. And it's like, yo, you got nothing here. Like, I'll follow, like, Booker T's advice because he went through all of that training. He worked with legends all over the world. Yeah, he's the guy I'm going to listen to. Not you, random wrestler who did something once 15 years ago, maybe. And yeah. You know what got me about him? He came in recently. When he came back recently, he was talking more and more about GCW and how that was real wrestling. And I'm just sitting here and it threw me off because I'm like, what? He's literally talking about GCW on I don't think it was a Raw thread or something like that. It was one of these threads. And I'm sitting here like, bro. And this is right after Joey Janela is riding around in a what's that stupid truck thing? The little kitty truck, little kitty Jeep or whatever in the ring. And I'm like, yo, no, you're not gonna sit here and tell me GCW is real wrestling when Joey Janela is riding around in a kid's Jeep just to get like a couple of clicks online. There's no way. And he definitely screwed us over. Yeah, I was like, nah. And I started ignoring him because I was like, come on, man. You're not going to sit here and try to plug GC. Like, he was like, yeah, man, are we going to... Like, and the one thing I love making these threads or whatever. But I also know when people aren't paying attention to the threads. So I stopped making certain ones. He was like, yo, we're going to make a GCW thread for the Rock and Roll Express. I was like, yo, no one talks in these GCW threads. I don't even watch GCW as much because it's just, no, it's not my thing. I understand some are matches I'm interested in, but the entire show I could never watch and be satisfied. But I was like, all right, I'll make one. Nobody commented in that thing except for him, and I was like, yo, there's a reason why I don't make too many threads, because a lot of people don't want to talk in them. But then get upset with me because they don't think I'm promoting the other threads enough, or I'm not promoting the other brands enough, or whatever. Like, it is basically, and it's a lot of let's rehash a lot of the favorite ECW moments and try to make it GCW moments, and it's not the same as much as they want to try, but. Yeah, I was like super pumped to make threads about every different show, and no one was talking to them, but then would be upset with me and call me an e-drone because the WWE shows got more talks in the, or more comments in the threads. Yeah. Like, there's a couple of matches in GCW, and I was super interested to see, like, but there's a lot of like stuff where I'm just like, they're just trying too much, and the death matches, I can't stand death matches anymore. I hate looking at them. They're not fun to watch because now they're all doing the same thing. I don't need to see light tubes in a match. Nope. I don't need to see glass in a match. Like, any match that's just down for you just mutilating your own body, I'm not for it. I'm not cool with it. Like, I remember seeing that David Arquette get the neck slash, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. Hard pass. Like, why would I wish anybody in a death match? Like, I thought barbed wire sometimes was too much. Like, so I'm like, yeah, no. Why would I want to sign up for somebody doing that? I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So, yeah, I've never been a big fan of GCW. Yeah, like, it's not safe. And I guarantee you these guys aren't making enough money for that. And it's funny because I'm like, you see these guys going through all this stuff for very little money. And the worst part is now they don't get health insurance because nobody's going to insure them. Like, even like wrestlers that didn't have deathmatch in their life or whatever. Yeah. Like, even people like Scott Hall didn't have health insurance. Like, he wasn't even a deathmatch guy, but just because of what you do and all that wrestling and everything, it really takes a toll, and a lot of people aren't going to insure you. So these guys are even doing this with no insurance and for very little money. No way in hell I would be cool with this. I could never co-sign that. It doesn't seem fun. It doesn't feel fun. Like, I feel like that just seems painful for everybody involved. So I don't get how anybody could co-sign that. And I could never co-sign it. So, yeah, it just, I'm good. Like, and I don't get how you can justify anybody having a need for light tubes or excessive bleeding. Like, they don't. I guarantee you they do not. Like, those dudes get paid very little money. They are not, yo, the only one that's actually probably gonna get any money is what's his name? Boy, that was, oh my god, Nick Gage. Yeah, cause he's the only one. Yeah, there's no way none of those promotions make that type of money. Like, they don't draw a crazy amount of money as much as everybody wants them to believe. They don't. They don't draw crazy. They're not getting crazy pay-per-view buys. They're not getting crazy gate money. So you're not going to get crazy money for these death matches. Unless you're Nick Gage and you already have these pre-sub already predetermined. But I guarantee you, he made probably more money after jumping to do the AEW thing because he got on TV. But a lot of these guys don't get on TV. They don't do anything. They don't make anything. But this is all they can do. Because they don't want to get classically trained or do all the extra stuff. They just want to go out there and say, hey, this is kind of easier for me to do. I'll do it for a couple hundred and move on. And, like, it's a terrible situation. With no health insurance and you got body pains all the time? Nah. Yeah, I guarantee you. That's why they all keep going. Like, they bring in a couple of big names, pay them a big money spot, but other than that, everybody else is not making big money. Like, the established ones, because they're bringing their name and everything, like the Briscoes, when they bring Jeff Jarrett in, when they bring in Matt Cardona, like, I guarantee those guys got some big money off of them. But the other ones, like, I mean, Joey Janela is he's management, so he's definitely going to make sure he gets compensated, but he's management. Like Moxley, yeah, Moxley too, because he's a big name. But all those other people, that are just trying to work the card just to get it. Low end. Then you got the middle people like the Leo Rushes that come in there. Like, yeah. I still don't understand the allure with Joey Janela. I don't get it. I wish I did. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why people say that this is the guy. Like, when he came out and he was the bad boy and everything, I'm like, you're small. Like, really small. Like, when you had someone like Scott Hall, Razor Ramon show up, and he's calling himself the bad guy, you looked at him and was like, yo, he looks like a bad guy. Joey shows up and you're like, really? This guy? The short one? That's the guy I'm supposed to be worried about. That's the guy that's supposed to be calling himself the bad boy. I didn't see it. I still don't see it. I'll never understand it. I'm just like, what is he doing? What does he do? It confuses me to my core still. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, he didn't even get a chance to even work with any of the newer stars. Like, no one's CM Punk didn't say, let me get Joey Janela. Bryan Danielson didn't say that either. None of them were like, yeah. Not even Christian Cage. Like I feel bad for Sonny Kiss, because I feel like Sonny Kiss could have a spot on TV, but Joey, I'm like, Joey had nothing. He had a couple of hardcore matches because that's what Moxley wanted. I'm assuming Moxley probably pushed for that, for him and Joey to have a match like that and on a pay-per-view. But after that, we never saw him on a pay-per-view again. Like, he had that one feud with Kip because Kip ended up dating his ex right afterwards, but other than that, nothing. And I'm like, that pretty much shows you who you are. And then he came on and he dropped some like super passionate, I didn't want AEW or whatever, because I didn't want to push the promos and stuff. And I'm like, who cares? And I'm just laughing because I'm just like, bruh, no one was looking for you. Like, they got 4 titles, and not once did anybody say, yeah, man, Joey Janela would be perfect for this title. Like, he was the king of their YouTube channel. Like, that is not a good look. Nobody cared. Like, not one person was like, yeah, he's gonna be missed. It's a big loss for them. Like, I think it was at one point they were super hyped with working with GCW, and then they realized that this wasn't a draw, and they were like, yeah, I'm good. We don't need this anymore. Like, they were like, that's it. Like, GCW has their own little thing. It's like when ECW came to WWE for Raw and everything, it was a nice spot. It was a nice little cool moment. But it wasn't something that was going to be long-term at first, and it wasn't. They did their hype for their little pay-per-view, and then they went on and did their own thing, and WWE went back to their own thing. And I think that's pretty much how it could have been in AEW, but no one really, they don't hype up anybody in AEW like that. Like, he hated it. He didn't understand it. But I think Vince broke it down, was like, it helps the business. And I feel like, I think it did help. AEW did help them in the same way. Like, AEW helped them because it helped Nick Gage and them go into that pay-per-view in New York that they had at Hammerstein. And I watched that Hammerstein pay-per-view. God, I hated it. I hated it with a fiery passion because it was so poorly ran. And this is when you could tell people have not or should not be understanding or should understand what they're doing before they do it. They had no clue what they were doing for TV or pay-per-view. When you sell somebody and you're running out and your timing is off, they poorly timed everything. And they were allowing people to, and I think it was Joey Janela. There we go. Joey Janela ran way over time for his spot with like two mystery surprise people showing up for his match. And I'm just sitting there like, why are we here, bro? What are we doing? Joey Janela's not in the main event, but he has two surprise guests that are showing up, and they have to wear surprise reveals and all this stuff. And it was super long. It ran over the show. Then all of a sudden the main event, which was the Briscoes taking on Nick Gage and I forget the other guy, he's a deathmatch guy. We're going for the tag team titles, and it had to go short, like ridiculously short, because they had not enough time and they were going to lose their TV feed. How bad of a production is that? Like, matter of fact, I think it was Joey and Matt Cardona. Yeah, there it is. Joey and Matt Cardona. Joey and Matt Cardona. Their two surprise guests was Brian Myers dressed up as Edge in the ECW getup. Then I think it was X-Pac came out. Bruh, I've never been so confused and so unnecessary for the middle of a card to have two surprise guests and then go so long over their run, over the time. It's just poor production. Like, yeah, sloppy production. Marco Stunt is a regular there. That just tells you a lot about what's going on there too. Like, but you know what? And the one thing is, I saw like a Marco Stunt interview recently, and I didn't hate him as much when I heard him talk about stuff. And you know what really bothered me is when they found out he was like really musically gifted too. And my first thought was, why weren't they using that? How did they not know Marco Stunt had musical talent that you could have put on TV? Yeah, that was funny too. He like, I wasn't resigning anyway. No one wanted you, bro. No one cared. Like, and then he set his foot on fire, trying to get a pop online, and burnt him, and almost burnt himself completely. Like, what a moron, yo! Like, and he's copying off of a New Japan move, and didn't even know what he was doing. And I'm like, this is just what the problems are with GCW, and especially if he's in charge. Like, that's what just threw me off. Like, Marco Stunt has musical talent. You could have put him in any other performance. It's a common mistake. Yeah, the way he put so much lighter fluid on himself, I was like, bro, why are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You clearly haven't done this before. Like, but it's always the same old stunts here and go left and right. Like, I'm glad that they're moving away from that, because it's just not fun. Like, but they're never going to be able to get fully away from it, because Moxley's a big guy, a top guy at AEW. So the deathmatch stuff is still going to be a thing. Lance Archer is still there, and to be honest with you, Lance Archer and now I remember those articles. Still stupid as hell. Like, look how dumb lighting yourself on fire does, because they sat there and Cody did it for a match with no build up with Andrade, and it did nothing for the ratings. Like, that's got to be super embarrassing for everybody. is that you set yourself on fire for a match for no real reason, and it did not help you in the ratings. It did almost nothing. Like, and I want them to succeed. I always do. I've never sat here and said I hate AEW. I don't. I like them. I like their first idea when they were talking about we're going to be different. We're going to be different than what WWE is giving you. We're going to be a whole different thing. But then they lied to me and gave me exactly what WWE did. Yep. Like, Cody's sitting there setting himself on fire for these people, and they didn't even care. And like, but I was hoping that AEW was going to be a lot different than what WWE was, and they ended up turning up to be just like WWE, and it's just same old. Like I wrote in the thread a while back, like you can ballpark the match results before even seeing the match start, like, but we never call out predictability yet because it's just still kind of new. But you can watch a Dynamite, you can watch a lot of these pay-per-views, you know exactly who's winning, who's not going to win, and no one really cares. But like, I see people already upset that they're gonna probably do another triple threat with Bianca and Becky, and I'm like, yeah, that hurt me. Another thing too, like with them signing up everybody and then kind of like gutting, they gutted New Japan. Not even gutted New Japan. They gutted NWA. They gutted Impact, and kind of just said screw that. And then they kind of just left people to just sit there and do nothing. Like I talk about how much I hate how they did Santana and Ortiz, because Santana and Ortiz was amazing in Impact, and then they get to AEW, and they could have went to WWE, and I feel like they'd have done a lot better in WWE. Like Ruby Soho would have been so much better at Impact than what she's doing at AEW. Like, I feel bad for Ruby too. Like, Ruby was doing amazing work. I get it, she gets released or whatever, they move on to the next company. She picked the wrong one. Like, Tony is getting her little spot now, but yeah, when you move Santana and Ortiz to a stable in the background, I was already like, yo, this is not gonna look well. Like, this is when I knew Santana and Ortiz were screwed. When they joined the Inner Circle, I thought, okay, they're gonna join Jericho. Jericho's gonna get them into the tag team title picture. Cool, I was all for it. When they said, you know what, nah, Santana Ortiz, y'all can step back. Jericho and MJF are gonna go, or Jericho and Sammy Guevara are gonna go for the tag team titles. I was like, ew. Like, why? Why? You got a real tag team right here. Why are you putting Jericho in the tag team picture? Made no sense. And I was like, yo, that's the problem right there. Straight up. Like, I'm glad that Kingston is getting the momentum that he can get. Like, but there was a point, remember, Kingston almost had nothing going on, or he had like this weird awkward stuff on Dark, but people were kind of like still giving him momentum, and he was finding ways to poke his head in anywhere that he could. So I'm glad that Kingston's he's a scrappy guy, I give him that. But like, there's dudes when you're just sitting around, you're like, oh, I forgot he was there. Like, there's times I'm like, yo, I forgot Ruby Soho was still there. I forgot this person was there. Holy crap, they're still there? Yep. Jericho, no one, and the funny thing is, no one is talking about Jericho and how bad he has been for this business right now. and how bad he has gotten over ever since. And I hate to say this, but it feels like ever since he got to WWE, even in the early run, he might have been the worst, and we just didn't really see it because it wasn't online as lot. But seeing that article and how he kind of just dog walked China, I was like, bruh, she's dead, and you're sitting there and still had to find a way to drag her online. Like, for what? Like, what was the point of that? Oh, I don't get enough credit for how much I carried her because she's terrible. She's a terrible wrestler. I'm like, wow, you could have just let her go and do her thing in the afterlife. You sit here and defend other people that have passed away with every chance you get, but you had to drag her like it was no tomorrow. Oh, Shotzi's off. Like, I remember now. Shotzi got dragged off the internet recently. Yeah, that was another one. Oh yeah, Lee. We were talking about that on the show, on the thread the other day. I forgot he was on the show. Like, I forgot he was still signed. I think Lee Marshall, or yeah, Hotshot Lee, yeah. Hotshot Lee is he's injured. Like, I forgot Julia Hart has still not been like given more work after that big reveal. I feel bad because I think Lee Moriarty would have been better off just staying with MLW at this point. Like, I was so mad because I was like, yo, he's getting some momentum going in MLW, and AEW signed him. Bruh! Where? He's a legacy! He's a second generation guy, and he had that one major pop when he was in his hometown, and then you buried him behind MJF, and then that was it. It just doesn't make sense. All these guys, nothing. They should have broke up Hollywood, the Varsity Blondes a long time ago to put Brian Pillman in another spot. Like, yeah. And now they just kind of like they just threw this whole Lee Moriarty and Jonathan Gresham spot out of nowhere. Like, I'm sitting there like, yo, this is gonna be great, but there's no build-up. No build-up at all for them, and I'm like, damn, we just screwed. Like, it makes no sense, and it's frustrating when you see all these guys not getting anything, and then when they do show up, it's like, all right, cool. Oh, that'd have been great too. Hell yeah. Like, Impact needs more people, but I'm also like, what else is it? Impact gotta do something with their production, because their production looks so bad. Like, every time I'm looking at it, it looks like their production is almost the same as NWA, and NWA production is terrible as well. Like, it looks like I'm in someone's like gymnasium. Like, so I'm like, yo, they gotta do better. Impact definitely needs to step it up, because you're on TV and they look like they're in someone's like backyard in like a shed for their shows. I'm like, this is not a good look. Like, at least with NWA, you can say they're independent, they're small, they can have that look, but not Impact. Yeah, like, I need them to put some fresh paint out there, because you're on TV. Like, this is, yeah, at least with Universal, you at least got some kind of spot that you can do some production work on. Like, it's just ugly to look at. Like, I just like every time I look at their stuff, I'm like, oh, it just looks so low budget. And I get it's cost efficient, but not for pay-per-view. Like, if I'm paying pay-per-view money for these events, yo, you gotta put some kind of production value into it. Like, I get it if you want your TV, like the regular TV, to be, you know, cost efficient, but at least put some money into the pay-per-view events if you're gonna have people paying top dollar for them. I forgot about that whole beatdown that Jordan Devlin did on Ron Breakker. Toxic Attraction beat her down already. That Robbie Brooks? Hey, Robbie's back in the States. Let's go. Yeah, they really got to beef up production. It bothers me. Like, even if you're going to keep the spot in Nashville, cool, but put some work behind it. You can't have that boring looking stage every time. I like it though. I like that they gave Jordan Devlin that fast track and then put him in like the North American title. They was like, yo, you gonna go right at the top. Show that he's a big deal coming in with all those hype videos and everything. I like Fabian Eichner's new persona too. The still shots, like, yo, they make me laugh every time. Like, Fabian Eichner with character is perfect, because I was always thinking he was bland, but now you get this man a personality. Oh Lord, he's got the look too. He's got an amazing look. I get why they want him a solo star. He's got a great look. I love this guy, man. I cannot hate on him. He was one of my favorites in Imperium too. Like, it was like Walter, and then it was him. Wait, always ready for the photo op. Yeah, Apollo. I'm happy Apollo's getting his time to work on NXT. Like, but you know what throws me off though is if Apollo is in NXT doing his own thing, what the hell happened to Commander Aziz? Like, what are they gonna do with him? To be honest, I get why they're confused at times. He has a great look. He has some kind of energy at times. I remember a couple of promos that were a little shaky. I remember when he had that run at the US champion, or was it US champion? I think it was US champion. And he would talk, and I was like, all right, I see where he's trying to go, but it just doesn't go there. And it's one of those things where if he was in NXT a little bit longer, he would have been able to grow with that. But because they fast tracked him, he kind of just didn't have the mark. Like, well, I think they got too many bigs in NXT right now. So I'm hoping if they're gonna I would love give Austin Theory Commander Aziz as his backup insurance policy. Give him that. Like, I'd be for that. Give him some insurance policy. Like, listen, Commander Aziz, Von Wagner, those type of dudes, give them some kind of no. Like, before the African accent, when he was still just Apollo, and he was like the happy guy and all that stuff, and he was the US champion. It was just weird. because he was trying to do like a happy promo. I think this is like right around the time he was like, I think he's battling a Lashley at that point. Was it Lashley? I don't think it was Lashley. It was right before that. Yeah, but I feel like Aziz and Von Wagner are better as just guys that can watch the back of people. They cannot be standalone guys. Like the one guy I was like kind of like impressed with now is Shanky, with the whole Shanky dance and whatnot. I like it. I mean, it's a good look for a big guy. I mean, he's got some moves. He's not as stiff as what's his name, as Khali was when Khali wanted to be a dancer. So it works out, and people seem to enjoy it. I enjoy it too, so I ain't gonna hate on it. But it's just one of those things. Like, with this match right here with Apollo and Giovanni Vinci, it's just two athletes going at it, and this should be good. I'm excited to see this. You know, I at first I didn't like Eli going that route, but the one thing I've known about Eli Drake, even with all the other stuff, he finds a way to make everything work. And I feel like this could be like his ringmaster move. Like, this could be how Stone Cold had to suffer through the ringmaster to then get his next level on TV. So I'm like, you know what? I'm happy if they're gonna let them just do this, and then all of a sudden they turn like a corner and it becomes vicious. Like, I'm all for it. Yeah, caught him. Because he's gonna win. Still, due to the talent, he could. But I also think they're factoring age, and I feel like that's another thing that always has been what I see with these guys, with his age and even Rude. They feel like their age is not going to help them long term, and they feel like it's better to pair him up with younger guys. That way he can still get the oomph of the work and still get the timing and still use his mic skills. And then if he wants to wrestle, you can get him in limited spots. Yeah, Samoa Joe's age was definitely against him too. Age and wear and tear. Joe is not as healthy as everybody wants to believe. He's not. He's really banged up, and it was serious. Like, and Joe got hit a bunch of times, and a lot of people don't want to admit that. They just kind of think that Joe was healthy and it was just all good. But nah, Joe is not 100% at all. Yeah, but the thing about WWE loves Rude. Rude's been working a lot with the other guys, and he's a good trainer. He's been working with Omos and damn, who's the other guy he was working with? But yeah, they got Rude doing a lot of help behind the scenes with the younger talent too. So they like Rude and what he's doing. And they know he's a good worker and he can still go on the road and stuff. But yeah, these guys in their ages, when they start hitting that mid 40s and stuff like that, like they're gonna be careful with that. And that's another thing. Like with MVP wrestles limited, but you still want to see him on TV and do the talking, because that's a big strong point. And I feel like that's what they're gonna do with Eli, with Max Dupree. They're gonna put him on there, and he's gonna be their SmackDown version of MVP. And he's gonna be able to talk, and then if he needs to get in the ring, he's gonna get in the ring. See, Lashley is the exception to all that rule. You throw the rule book completely out the way with Lashley's body. That is a whole different thing. Yeah, like those guys, they're the exception to every rule. Like, but even with Styles, you also notice that they're limiting Styles sometimes too. They're not giving him every match every week as much as they used to. They're trying to pick and choose to put him in the ring all the time because these guys are getting older and they want them to help get the next set of guys up and running. But yeah, they're definitely still top of the game. But you also want to make sure you're limiting them because you don't want to wear them out when you need them for big matches and big pay-per-views like SummerSlam and Survivor Series and all those spots. That's why I'm shocked that Lashley's still going every week, but I'm not surprised because he's just a freak of nature. Like, but even guys like Truth is out there, and Truth is limited at times too, like because of his age. Yeah. Random also, I would never be surprised if they revisit Karrion Kross in the future. Just saying, just don't be surprised if that name pops back up in the future. Yeah. Like, Truth is a comedy guy. He's funny. He can definitely talk. He's somebody that is engaging with the crowd. So you want to see him on TV, but you know you don't want to wrestle him too much because he is older. So it's one of those things where it was one of those moments where they tried to do the WWE thing where they try something, but in this era, it works in the 90s because there's no internet like that. But now in 2022, that died. Anything that really sucks dies really quickly with the internet. You cannot do anything that bad and expect some people to recover from it with the internet because it's just instant death. And that's exactly what happened with Kross. Kross was somebody that could have really definitely had some great momentum. He has the size. Also, I think Scarlett getting hurt didn't help either. Because Scarlett was supposed to go up with him. She gets hurt. She's off TV. And then you got Kross, who, let's be real, we all came to see Scarlett at times. It's kind of like he's the bonus to the match, but we're all there for Scarlett. Scarlett's the main attraction here. And when she couldn't go out there and she wasn't cleared, it kind of hurt him too. So it was a perfect storm of badness all over. Bad gimmick, but then you had no Scarlett, so the main attraction's not there, and it's just everybody is effed at that point. Ugh. But I feel like they're gonna revisit that. I feel like Kross is gonna find a way to get his buzz back up. He's definitely gonna do that. He's not going back to Impact. I don't see him going to AEW. He's gonna do his thing with MLW, keep working around, maybe do some New Japan stuff. But I feel like they're gonna revisit WWE in the future because he didn't even bury WWE like he could have. He could have said, you know what, I hate that company. He was just like, yo, I kind of mad it didn't work out. He was really kind of nice about it. And I feel like they're going to definitely revisit Kross and Scarlett again. Woo! Giovanni Vinci. They're still going too. Like, this is a good match. Yeah, like I feel like Japan will be the spot. but I don't see him going to AEW, and we all know he's not going to Impact. He already shut the door on Impact. It's never happening again. But AEW is definitely not going to happen if they got whatchamacallit there. Damn it, what is his name again? Crap, I keep forgetting his name, but Kenny's guy. So yeah, Impact ruined it, and the thing about it is they ruined both of them, and we've seen how Impact has a lot of issues that they don't want to acknowledge either, but Giovanni Vinci doesn't like taking. Wait, who is that? Yeah, tell me Giovanni Vinci has a squad? He's got a crew? Oh, that's Zion. Hey, Zion Quinn, let's go, guy. All right, guy, big dog status. Coming for Cruz. Zion Quinn making big dog moves. All right, pimp. Zion Quinn just chilling. I love how Giovanni Vinci and Gunther both have power bombs as finishers. That is so cool. Woo-hoo! Angry Apollo. Giovanni Vinci. Yep. Like that was, I felt bad for it because, to be honest with you, I also feel like they didn't do right by build up with Cross. Like Cross always felt like an addition to somebody else's like piece. Like even when he was beating up people, it felt like he was doing it for somebody else. He felt like more of a henchman, and they didn't want to pay him. They wanted to pay him henchman money, but make him a champion. That just didn't make any sense to me. It never sat right. Ooh, Cora Jade saying the B word. You better watch your mouth, young lady. Yeah, like it just felt weird. Like he was always there, but he was somebody else's friend. He was always the other friend, like getting work here and there. You're like, all right, cool, bro, but you were like, ugh. You didn't really trust him enough, and it just never worked out. And they were like, yeah, we don't want to pay you money for this stuff. Like, good job, man. Gotta be careful now. Whoop. What? Get up! No! Yeah. I'm really sad. Like that. Yo, them leaving Twitch, yo, was one of their biggest mistakes, yo. Going to YouTube and putting it behind a paywall was one of the stupidest things they've ever done. and they lost so much momentum because of it. Like, I truly hated that move. Leaving Twitch to go to YouTube and then put everything behind. It was fun. They were definitely doing more on Twitch than they're doing on YouTube. And then you say, you know what, we're gonna put it on YouTube, but you gotta pay for it. Where it was free on Twitch, and people were making donations and like actually giving you money on Twitch, like, and all you had to do was just make sure you follow their terms of service. No! Yeah. Like, they pigeonholed themselves in this really bad situation and really screwed up everything for everybody and themselves, because I remember seeing those Twitch numbers were great, like, and people were actively chatting the entire time. Like, now you got people not paying. Everybody was not paying that. I have Access TV and I never go there. I have it DVR'd, and I have Impact DVR'd every week. I don't even watch it because I'm like, I don't care. It's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. It feels weird every time I watch it. Like, and it just, and no one wants to sit here and be like, hey man, I'm talking, and everybody's talking about, we were watching it when we did the streams and everything. We would sit there and have the link up so people can actually go check it out. And now you have like, oh, well, I'm not watching, I don't have Access TV, or I'm not getting YouTube Plus for it. Like, nice. One left, yo, you got this. Get that bum. Yes! We gotta win, baby! Duh! Yeah, like, I'm basically just watching the pay-per-views now. I stopped watching the weekly shows because I just couldn't follow it. Because I don't want to watch Access. I definitely don't watch, I don't like watching wrestling on my DVR either. Like, I like watching it live. Like, I used to, like, watching Impact live on Twitch felt so much easier because I knew it was on. I was like, bam, right there. Me having to go find Access TV, I'm like, nah, man, I'm not doing that now. And I can watch it on my phone. I can watch it anywhere on Twitch. Just a stupid move to put it on YouTube Plus. And even dumber move, moving it off of Impact, off of Twitch completely. Like, I don't know what YouTube sold them on. It wasn't clearly money, because if they had more money, they put more production value in. Nope. You can't be signing all these people and not have production value. It's ridiculous. Like, how did you, like, leaving Twitch was the dumbest thing they ever could have done. Oh, yo, you know I hate that. You know I hated those segments with a fiery passion, yo. I don't think I'll never forget that. I'll never forget those moments. Like, and yo, people made me feel like I was crazy, and that I was just being too sensitive or being a hater, and they really ruined Impact for an entire year. And Impact never recovered after that. They really screwed them over. Nope. They wouldn't even let Impact talent talk about AEW. They put him in a gag order. They gave him a gag order. I couldn't believe it. Like, I remember Jordan Grace was like, I can't even say nothing. Jordan Grace, the most outspoken woman, could not say anything about AEW while their talent trashed them every week. And they were just cool with it. That's also when I knew Scott D'Amore could not lead my company at that point. I was like, nah. You could not be the head guy making the type of deal like that. And then to allow them, I don't care if Christian was a Hall of Famer or whatever. No, Kenny Omega beat your world champion, and now you don't even get that type of satisfaction on your own TV program or your own pay-per-view? How dumb is that sound? First, baby! Let's go! Like, yeah, they wouldn't. They beat Moose at Dali's place after destroying him as a group. Like, let the Young Bucks super kick and beat him. Like, yo, man, I was never. I could never. I guess that was just one of the that was the worst situations I ever saw, and I was like, I don't understand why anybody would want to work with them. Like, they made Moose look soft. They made Impact look soft because nobody went up there for Moose. Moose went to their home turf on a closed night because apparently it was like nobody there for real. And you made him lose with no Impact people around. No Impact people really showed up on the show except for the people that were cool with Bullet Club. Like, I just never got that. Like, I hated that. God, man, those stupid promos, like, yo, that's funny. Gallows and Anderson were the only ones that got a benefit, and then they wore out their own welcome at AEW. The funniest thing in the world is for you to sit here and wear out your own welcome at AEW. Like, that was the funniest thing in the world when they sat there and were like, nah, we don't like their antics either. I was like, yep, Gallows and Anderson just doing their own thing. And Impact pays them way too much money. Yep. Impact, like, the whole thing is you could have put New Japan, Impact, everybody else in there, and trading wins left and right would have been good for everybody, even your own AEW talent. But you just said, nah, whatever. Nope. We don't want Impact on our show. We don't even want to promote them. They don't even exist except for their title is here. And it looked like a prop. Like the AAA titles. They could have sent so many of those people that they weren't using or cared for at Dark and Elevation, sent over, and they finally sent people to New Japan Strong. I was like, come on, man, really? That's what, now you want to waste time? You could have sent them to Impact. You could have loaned them out to MLW after rating their teams or rating their brands and their rosters when you first signed up. You could have at least replenished them with some of your guys. Like, but then also the thing about it is, after seeing how he handled the whole women's show for NWA, I wouldn't want to work with him like that anyway. Like, when he sat there and was like kind of upset that NWA didn't like give him all the praise or overpraise him, I was like, yo, your ego is just way too much. Like, you can't have an ego like that and be proud of that. Like, I'll never get it. Alright, Mercedes Martinez and Serena Deeb are official at Death Before Dishonor after that one dust up on Rampage. Alrighty. Now Peter's working on a performance deal now, like if he's a paid appearance deal, like per appearance, like still trying to figure out why we're not seeing Blue Pants, or I forget her name fully now because we don't see her anymore. Leva, like all that talk about hiring her as the librarian and all that crap. And now she has to work behind the scenes. Like, all that BS about making her a real wrestler after you felt like she was being belittled as Blue Pants, and then you made her a librarian that for no library makes perfect sense. How did y'all lose 2 people? How did we lose 2 people already? She's working backstage now. Apparently she has like backstage responsibilities now. Like, that's ridiculous that you basically just told her, nah, we're not putting you on TV. And when she does do it, it's like random spots and you know she's losing. On Darker Elevation, maybe she get a couple wins against some no-name losers, but you really just told us, you told everybody y'all gonna make her a wrestler because you didn't want to disrespect her with Blue Pants, and then you didn't show her on TV. Oh, we're all about inclusions and stuff like that too. Sunny Kiss has no show. Like, all about inclusions. Sunny Kiss was not seen during Pride Month. Make it make sense. I'll never understand that. I'll never get it. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, Sunny Kiss, you posted videos of him talking about Pride Month. He ain't been on the show in almost a year. How does that make sense for anybody? One match. Fun, bro. No! God. No! No! Damn it. So I'm still trying to figure out why Keith Lee is not in the main event picture. I still don't understand that. I'll never figure that out. Tatum Paxley, hell yeah. Yeah, it really makes no sense. I'll never get why you signed him if you had no plan for him. Yo, and the worst part is, they even talk about how he was texting him knowing that he was still in his waiting period. He wasn't supposed to text him, and they were texting each other. Thank you, Keith Lee, for telling us that he broke he was tampering with your contract. You could have been filed for tampering, but like, you sign up for that and you tell you're gonna have this guy come in, and then you don't put him in the main event picture, and now he's in a tag team match with, mind you, a guy that did not want to be in a group. This guy wanted to go solo after leaving his previous group, and now is stuck in a tag team again. Make it make sense. Because at that point, Swerve could have just went to MLW, returned to MLW, and ran it back for the world title. And could have still did his hit blow thing. Like Swerve said he wanted to be a solo, he wanted to do his thing, he wanted to showcase himself and not do the hit row stuff. Cool. I get it. It wasn't your start. It wasn't your group to begin with. Cool. You get to another company. They got the whole little signing, and they like, oh, whose house? Swerve house. Hey. And then all of a sudden, you're in a tag team with Keith Lee with very little direction, and you get a title match here and there. But y'all were supposed to be big solo guys that were supposed to be going for the world title. I don't get it. I didn't understand, if you want to sit here and put an interim title, why couldn't we actually put some people that have not really had a chance at the title, get a new interim champion, get someone like a Keith Lee or a Swerve to end up being interim champion, so when Punk comes back, he's fighting someone brand new. I don't want to see Punk and Moxley. Who wants to see that? To be honest, who wants to see that? I don't. The last thing I wanted to see. Yeah. Yeah. Tanahashi, possibly. Yeah. Anybody else. Like, I've already seen Mox as champion. It didn't change anything. It's the same thing. Now he has a group with him. And the one person out of that group I wanted to see as champion isn't available because now he's hurt again. And possibly done. Which will be a really, really bad situation. I really hope that Bryan Danielson didn't suffer a concussion and get knocked out of this whole thing. Because he put in so many another reason why I respect WWE for limiting their veterans. Because Danielson and Punk were doing so many dumb matches that did not need to happen. And now all of a sudden, they're hurt. Like, I'm sorry, but did we really need Punk versus QT Marshall? Like, I mean, if anybody can tell me why we needed Punk versus QT Marshall, why we needed Punk versus like Powerhouse Hobbs with almost no direction, because if Powerhouse Hobbs was what he was before or what he is now, it'd be a good matchup. But before, it was really just nothing, and Hobbs had no momentum, and they just knew he was going to be there to beat up, to lose. Like, you got these guys going in matches that they didn't need. Like, here's the thing. I love Lee Moriarty. I don't think that they needed to have a match with him right now. If you're going to build, like, I would rather you build up for Lee to get the look strong to get into that type of match, but no, you didn't need that. We didn't need, what was it? Punk and FTR versus the Ass Boys and Max Caster. We didn't need that. No, not at all. We also didn't need, what was it? Punk and one of the FTR guys either. We didn't need that match. Like, no, not at all. Look at them making Sengi like this really cool guy. I like Duke Hudson too. Duke's actually funny as hell. I'm glad they didn't like give up on him. He's hilarious. But I like Sangha. Like, but yeah, like some of these matches don't make any sense and they don't really help anybody. Like, but this is also my problem with that situation, because I'm like, Ricky Starks should be on TV. Like, we wasted so much time with QT Marshall that we showed very little of Ricky Starks and wasted our time. Like, let's not forget, we had a pay-per-view match with QT Marshall taking on Paul Wright, the Big Show. That actually happened on pay-per-view. Yeah. But like I said, all these guys, they're seeing all this stuff, and they're seeing exactly what's happening to Cody, and Ricky Starks is a big fan of Cody. And I would not be surprised when all of a sudden them contracts are starting to go out and everybody's like, well, I'm not going to re-sign yet. I'm going to see if the offers are coming in. They not stupid. Big Show is a commentator on Dark Elevation. Like, nope. And he's getting paid top dollar for this. Mark Henry is getting paid top dollar for 10 words on Rampage. What are we doing here? Like, they should. And if he's smart, Khan will just throw the money at him. Like, but honestly, I don't even know anymore. Like, this whole situation seems like everything is all part of the plan, but sometimes it don't feel like part of the plan. I don't know who's working who. This could be a great work by MJF to completely screw Tony Khan out. This could be Tony Khan and MJF screwing everybody out. I don't know, but it's interesting. God damn it. It's interesting. And if they're smart, they better pay him. But here's the thing. You know, the best thing is if AEW was dominating in ratings without him, that would be the greatest bargaining chip for AEW. But if their numbers keep falling like they do, that's gonna make MJF money price even go up even more, because you're telling us, hey, these WWE guys that you brought in ain't drawing a dime, and your numbers have dropped without me. And the only time you can actually sell is when you're doing blood and guts. So pay me my money. But if those numbers are crazy up the roof every time, they can say, yo, man, we were making these views without you, fam. Your price is down. Like, it's a weird situation, and I'm looking forward to it. One thing I do love about NXT 2.0 is they have all these like segments outside now, like in different locations, and they're at the bar. Pretty Deadly showing up at a bar, looking the way that they look. All right, now Jensen and the Country Boys. He said, "I think you in the wrong bar." I felt that with some good old racism at the end of it. Wow. Now you gotta fight your way out. Oh man, she is amazing. Fallon being with them, yo, was a perfect pairing. Senga in the most default uniform ever. The most default gear ever. All black. I missed his like the little military type gear on. I kinda wish they kept that. I'm mad they put him in trunks. Yeah, like I liked when he had the pants on. He had like tactical gear. Lay down. I like how they got rid of like Duke Hudson's whole like playing card gimmick. Like he was the gambler. They got rid of it so quickly. They were like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Someone was like, we don't want Vinny Vegas 2.0. But like Duke has he has the perfect body for what Vince looks for with those tall guys. He has that Wade Barrett like type of body. And he has the accent, so he can work. I know he's really cool with like Rhea, so Sanga looks like a beast though. Jesus. Yeah, he has the Wade Barrett look. Sanga looks like a mix between Braun and Rusev. That power, that choke slam, good God. Like, Von Wagner has that test body. He just looks boring. Like, it's something on his face. You even got Robert Stone and this blonde girl with him, and it just doesn't work. Like, he talks and I just didn't care. Like, Solo's an ooze, so I ain't got nothing to say. He know exactly how to talk. Yeah. I like Robert Stone. I was always a fan of Robbie E and Impact and all that stuff. So I was always a big fan of his. Like, their whole Jersey Shore crap was just too funny for me. But yeah, like it's just Von he has that face that no one cares about. Like, Von talked and I was like, I don't even care what you got to say, bro. He said a lot of words and I just went, cool. And then he walked off and I was like, thank God that's over. Yeah. But I like that. Well, I mean, the Usos they also had a grind too. Like, don't forget that beginning, those early runs Usos was rough too. Like, they had to grind their way. They ground their way on TV. Like, when they were those happy-go-lucky Usos and they was all brightly colored, and then sometimes they had to do the dance and everything. Oh, that was tiring just to see their intro. Their intro used to be really tiring. Like, I feel like Von would be better as someone's insurance policy. Like, if Von Wagner was the insurance policy of, like, I hate using Grayson Waller, but yeah, if he was the insurance policy of that type of guy, or even if there was no Trick Williams and he was with Carmelo Hayes, like, they're twins, so they were already set for that. But I'm glad Solo is there. Like, I kind of wish, like, Jacob Fatu got a bigger spotlight on him. Like, I've never seen someone call themselves a Samoan werewolf. Like, that is one of the coolest things I've ever heard. Like, calling yourself a Samoan werewolf. Samoan alone is already tough. And then, like, now you're calling yourself a werewolf? Like, that's just badass all around. I'm glad, like, the Usos they're still doing their thing after all these years and still kicking butt. Like, they go out there now and they talk and I'm just like, yo, whatever they saying, I believe it. I believe what they talking about. Y'all know but twos, we ones. I'm like, yo, I don't know who they are. I don't know who a two is. I don't know who the two, but they probably are. Street Profits, y'all some twos. You know what? You might be twos, Street Profits. I'm sorry. I like y'all, but nah. When the Usos say it, I'm like, you know what? They rocking out. Can't even hang on. Yeah, I hope like the whole attitude issue that everybody kept trying to bring up, like I'm hoping people bypass that and he's matured. Yep. Like, to be honest, if AEW had a better like booking committee, I would love for Jacob Fatu to go to AEW. But I'm sorry, if Tony Khan is the only person booking for AEW, I would never go. I can't wish people go there. Like, kudos to him for wanting to do all this and put all that work in. But you're booking for 4 shows, 5 if you count Ring of Honor. That's a lot of work for one person. And you still do all the other stuff. And you do interviews. And you do all the other production stuff too. Like, nah. God, Gigi's gorgeous. God, Toxic Attraction is gorgeous. I'm glad Gigi, aka Priscilla Kelly, got a chance to really do the thing. Like, I like her. Yeah. He can't. You gotta get more people around you. And the worst part is, the person that's around him is Jericho and Kenny. And that's not gonna be the best for you. Like, at all. Damn it. Oh my, wow. Yeah. It's just, he wants everything. And I feel like that's another problem. Like, he does more interviews than anybody. And at first I was like, that doesn't... I get it, but I was also, that's fully excessive. I felt like that, oh my god, I'm the first one to score on my team? How did I beat you guys? Yeah, I always thought that was excessive. Like, he's doing all the interviews and everything like that. I'm like... And then he wants to do the post-show media scrums. I'm like, bro, you just did a 4-hour show. Like, after writing that 4-hour show, now you want to do press for another hour? Why? Why would you do all that? I'm gonna burn out. It's not gonna be good. Yeah, like... Yeah, I was like, yo, that's just... No. Like, one... Like, here's the thing. And then you have that. You have all the stuff that... His commitments to the Jaguars, the soccer team. Like, how are you able to do all this? Like, and then I'm like, this is why a lot of those people keep falling through the cracks, because you forget, because you're sitting there, you're having to book people that are talking to you or being more like chatty with you and texting you all the time because you want to be everybody's friend. That is another problem. You cannot be everybody's friend in this business, especially if you want to be out in the business of making money. Like, just like, what was that episode where like Max Caster's like rap was too controversial for YouTube, and they ended up pulling the video, or pulling the YouTube, pulling the AEW Dark episode down and then re-uploading it without the rap. And my first thought was, how was no one reading that? And he was like, yeah, I kind of missed it while I was going through editing. You're editing the show as well? First of all, no one else is watching the show, so they can be like, yo man, that's not a good look. You should probably cut that out. Because everybody is now looking at you as the main guy that does all the editing. Like, why are you editing AEW Dark? Like, you can't. And that's why I'm like, this is where I be getting upset with, like, Jericho stuff is all over the place. Like, for that New Japan AEW show, Jericho had 3 segments on the show. He won the match, which was already enough. Then he has another segment where he sets the guy's face on fire. Then he's finishing out the main event of the show. Wow. That's just way too much. Like, and now you got Jericho telling you all this stuff that's going to be a big hit and everything like that, and he's kind of listening to Jericho. I feel like he's way too buddy with Jericho, because Jericho is basically just telling him what he wants to hear and what's going to work for Jericho, because nobody in their wrestling mind would give Jericho everybody that has some kind of heat or some kind of buzz going and say, put Jericho with them. Sammy Guevara had buzz. Even though it was the worst kind of heat with him and Ty Conti, you basically put them in the back burner behind Jericho, because Jericho was losing momentum. Eddie Kingston had momentum, lost it. He's been trying to keep it going, but it's kind of dying. And then he had the MJF momentum he stole. Like, he just steals people's momentum for no real reason except to get him to continue to stay relevant. Yeah. Like, I love that there's more wrestling on TV. And I hoped that this would be the start of getting more wrestling on TV. Like, this could be this could open the floodgates for other promotions to go up in the rankings and get more TV deals. Like, if AEW gets the successfulness and they're pushing WWE to get better ratings, then all of a sudden now you have people calling Impact, say, hey, you want to come back to TV? Or calling MLW, hey, do you want real TV time? Or calling NWA, Billy Corgan, you're a star. Can we get you on TV? Even if it's a small little situation, it's still something on TV again. And I feel like we're getting less and less of that than ever. Like, New Japan and Impact being on Access does nothing for nobody. I want New Japan to have regular TV, but now everything's going to streaming, and then it's like, alright, but not really. We don't want streaming. Still want TV. We still do streaming, but let's get TV too. Like, I was waiting for a possible world of WWE, AEW, Impact, MLW, in NWA and New Japan. 6 promotions on TV. Like, 6 promotions on TV. That would be amazing. Then you get those other promotions like the GCW that you know are just way too much. And then they end up slithering their way into a random show where they're doing their thing, but like a late night thing like ECW used to do on those like those syndicated networks and stuff. That would have been great. Then you have Ring of Honor still getting some TV, but they're also getting regular TV, not those other like network spots they were on. Like, hey, another call, another Pokemon call, baby. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I get it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was hoping that with AEW and WWE stepping their game up, it could have found a way to like open up the door a little bit for possibly Impact or MLW to find their way to even just getting a smaller spot, but not totally bad. Like, granted, like, I think, what was that? WoW? Is it WoW? Yeah. I think WoW Wrestling is coming back on TV, but I think it might be just streaming. But, ooh. Yeah. Yeah. It's never gonna be that way anymore. Then me selfishly hoping that everybody just join Twitch. Just join Twitch. Go MLW. Go to Twitch. I hate YouTube so much. I hate YouTube. No, I don't. I hate it. I hate YouTube so much. This place sucks. Are they gonna double count it out? Yeah. That was it. TV was never gonna be the same. Why would you have a double count out for this? I guess setting up for a steel cage match, I guess. Hey, mellow out in the streets with the ladies. Damn. Shorty look alright though. Wait a minute. No, I don't need to recap. Let me see the girls. Hey, yo. Hey. Mello ain't missing. Let's go. Yeah. I'm hoping that Wentz just keeps his head down and they bring him back too. Oh, hot tub time. Hey. This is the one thing I love about NXT. All this extra stuff, yo. Yeah, I felt bad for Wentz. But you know what makes it... Oh, what makes it worse, yo, is Wentz got caught up, and it didn't help that it was one of the Chris brother that had the picture. Like, and I know everybody was upset about that one. Like, but yeah, that was just screwed up from the start, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a bad look. Like, you never take that type of picture, and if you knew that picture was out there, you gotta find a way to get rid of that picture ASAP. Especially when you know you got a lot of money on the table, and you know everybody likes you over there. Like, you gotta find a way when you know WWE is signing you. Yeah, that was the worst part about it. It ended up being a Chris brother, and of course they had the picture and didn't delete it, which really gave me off such a scumbag vibe. I was like, come on, man, don't do that. Ugh. Oh yeah, I saw that was Jake. I think, yeah. I think I posted that on the group, because they didn't pay him. Yeah. Like, I honestly wouldn't, if you know that's his history and that's his MO, then I would have just stopped going, I stopped working with him. Like, if you know you're not getting your money up front, don't even, I would, especially with him, no, you gotta pay me up front. If not, I'm not coming. That's like with the whole situation with the Authors of Pain and their situation over in in Europe with their program, and they just canceled their show. A lot of people that were booked for that show didn't even get their like deposit for the show, so now they got no money. They don't have any bookings for that day or that week, and now they're screwed. Like, so it's kind of a crappy move, and you can't just keep doing stuff like that, and you can't be around people like that. And if the Authors of Pain want to become a promoter and put on good shows like that, then you got to know how to work the business. Like, everybody can't just be a promoter overnight and think that's going to be easy. And that's been the problem with a lot of wrestlers. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, if you know somebody has a full history of bad business, you never get your money. You always get your money up front, especially if you're the champion. Oh hell yeah, bro! You paying me up front. Chase U on the road, baby. Love Chase U. Chase U in UK is hilarious. Yep. A lot of work, and people don't get that. And I don't think the Authors of Pain got that. Okay, so now I see where I'm getting this. So, Andre Chase has this very similar thing to what Brody Lee was doing with the Dark Order, where he would just randomly fly off the handle and yell at them. I was like, yo, I've seen this before, and now I see it more. I'm like, oh, okay. Damn it. I wonder if Johnny Gargano will come back to WWE. Damn. I missed the last Legend show too. I used to love that show. That show was good. A little talk show. They got rid of that. Alright, looks like I fixed my issue, and it definitely was me recording. So I can't record and stream at the same time. It was throwing off. It was throwing off all my. It was putting my computer at too much work. Makes sense. I finally figured it out. Thank God I figured that out. I'm glad Lash Legend improved her game, because those early matches with hers, ooh, they were brutal. Good job, Indy. That's crazy. Indy lost her whole group. Tag team partner, best friend. Her tag team partner, her best friend, her husband, her mentors. Oh crap. Jeez, I was sprung over the fence. Damn! They still fighting. Yeah. Yo, they in the women's locker in the makeup room. What are you doing? Wait, is that? Wait, is that the bull from what? Hey, new TikTok alert. Let's go. We're here for like another 30 minutes. Yeah, I saw that, yo. I loved it, yo. I love that Sam Shaw is still doing his thing. I was kind of sad he didn't go to Impact, but I was like, you know what? I'm not happy about Impact, so I'm like, you know what? Go somewhere else, man. I love that Sam Shaw is there because it'll show off his little like eccentric side, and it won't be too eccentric like Impact does, which is kind of weird. Yo, they're still fighting. Is this gonna be the first Hell in a Cell match? And wait, is that the guy from the old group? Like, oh, come on! He's no! Yeah, I'm all for that. Because I feel like Impact would have made him, like, way too dark, and it wouldn't have been as cool. I'm still trying to figure out what this NXT countdown is for, like... They've got something going down, and I'm... No! And he grabbed me, you bums! I need him to do something with Idris and Afi and the other guy, too. Because that bothers me. Yeah, like, it wasn't... And I feel like they'll do it even more creepier in Impact when he comes, if he ever went back there after what he's done in NXT, which I loved his NXT version. So I was cool with Dexter Lumis because he was creepy, but he still had like personality, so it worked. But I feel like Impact would have went too creepy, and it just wouldn't have been the same. So I'm glad, like, Sam Shaw. I want NWA to succeed so much. Like, the only thing that bothers me is just sometimes their roster just is not my cup of tea. Like, Trevor Murdoch being the world champion, just it doesn't go with me. I'm not vibing it. They got like 3 other titles. Sometimes I don't even know that they're titles. Sometimes I'm like, oh, who's this title? This is another title. I think Homicide had one at one point, or was challenging for one. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I try to keep up with it, but it's difficult. Oh, Bellsprout. Hey, you. Damn you, Bellsprout. Who's it? Only Lurkin and what's the other guy's name? I can't even think of the other guy's name. You know, Lil Gato is definitely going babyface, yo. When they feel like they have to question attacking someone after a match, this is what they do. This is what they used to do. Yo, man, no, Stacks is not gonna sun me by rubbing my head. Like, nah. I know, it hurts. It hurts. She got black friends, though. She got black friends. You know, one thing, I'm all for the look and everything, is when she talks. I can't. Sometimes when she talks, I'm just like, she's got to stop talking. She got like this weird voice where it sounds like she's trying to drop a cliche or something at me every time. And I'm like, fam, I don't want to hear this. Just say you want to do some stuff and let's keep the smoke. Like, that's what bothers me. I'm like, fam, I don't need this extra stuff that you be trying to get. When you know that lion roar, I'm like, yo, man, I don't care. I don't care. Like, don't try to give me every like lion cliche line that you can think of, because You think that that's gonna work? Oh, that wind blow sucks. Like, she's like, you know, cause I'm a lioness, and when you're gonna hear me roar, I'm like, oh my god, like, I want to throw myself off a roof. Like, no one wants to hear those corny lines. Like, just be real. Just talk like, yo, I ain't do it. Try and get the smoke. I'll get a smoke. I don't care. It's whatever. Cool. So I know she hang out with way too many black people. Granted, some people gonna call her that saying that she trying a little too hard. But if that's your voice, like I know she hang out with black folks because that's all she shows. Every time I turn around, she hanging out with all the black people. She got the little reggae spots down. She know the soca and all that stuff. Cool. If that's your smoke, go for it. Talk like that. But don't sit here and try to give me the I'm a lioness and I'm trying to get this best quotable down so that you can hear me roar. I was like, yo. As soon as she said that, I was like, fam, I'm over it. Like, I can't. Like, I know I'm good, fam. Nope. Like, that just, yeah, nah. Like, it's just too extra. Like, I get it, you trying to make yourself a character and all that stuff, and cool. It's just too extra. It's way too extra, and ain't nobody signing up for that. I know I ain't signing up for that. I know ain't nobody else signing up for that. Drop, my ballers, shot callers, let it pop. And you're gonna hear, yo, what you said, you're gonna hear me roar. I was like, nah, fam. Nah. Just like, yo, just come up like Queen Latifah and the old days, like, yo, man, I'm just here to do my thing, man. I'm nothing. Like, yo, bet it. Go ahead, Queen, talk your talk. But don't give me the I'm a lioness and I'm gonna roar. Nah, fam. That was WoW. That was WoW talk. You not in WoW no more. You in regular TV life. I mean, they could have had Liv come through. Yo, Liv, you not doing nothing. Come through and smack Randy Rose, or give Mandy Rose the business real quick. Let her know how a champion's supposed to handle herself. Come through, Liv. I like that they actually giving Madcap Moss something to do. Like, he's not a joke anymore. And that's one thing I say, yo, if you can handle the BS gimmicks and rise above them, whew. And look at this bum reading. Who told you to read? I'm a numbers guy. Who the hell is this? Oh, he's got a mask. Oh, he's a mask wrestler. Okay. Alright, I don't care about the name anymore. Axiom debuts next week. Alrighty. I don't really bang with the name, but I'll deal with it. Yeah. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I miss bum-ass Corbin. Like, the one thing I can say about Baron Corbin is the man is going to work. He's going to try his hardest. Like, he's going to do whatever gimmick is given to him, and he's going to try to make it work. And I respect it, and it makes me like him even more. Oh, Toxic Attraction's here. Hey, yo. Woo! Yo, seriously, they better come up with an Axiom comic book for this boy. Yo, shout out to whoever told Gigi to add some more weight, yo, cause girl got thicker than a brick, and I love it. Woo! I am a Gigi stan for life. Good lord, it should be illegal for them to be on TV. God damn. Yo, he was too bummy. It was the funniest thing in the world. You cannot have someone that bummy on TV and people supposed to be feeling bad for him. It was, woo. Woo. The whole stable is a, woo. Woo. Lord. I'm glad they got their own segments. I'm like, yo, sign me up for their segments every week. I don't care what anybody else got to say about them. They can hate them all they want online. Nobody cares, bro. I'm here for them. They got all my network points. If I had them, if I was on the Nielsen rating, they get all my Nielsen ratings. Hell yeah. Toxic Attraction, DD, GG. Whew. Give us Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae, fresh off maternity leave. Let's go. EO, pull up. Tell Dave Meltzer you don't care about his rumors. Roxanne, don't be stupid. Roxanne, don't be stupid. Don't come out there. Don't waste his contract for nothing. Nobody's ready for Oscar. Go. Who'd have thought Mandy Rose would be this demanding of the ring? Like, damn. Shout out to the cameraman getting a GG shot. Hey! Round of applause for that cameraman. Live. Sonya, pull up. Man, I don't want to see Cora Jade. Cora Jade sounds like that angry teenager that just learned that she can say cuss words and no one gets in real trouble for it. You know what? I got nothing but respect for Cora Jade. Cora Jade has a hive, internet hive, and they are vicious. So you know what? Oh, there go Roxanne! Hey! Look at Roxanne. That's that Ring of Honor grit. Roxanne with that Ring of Honor grit. Love it. You go, girl. Yep, it's a very terrible idea. Yeah, morons. Damn it. Woohoo! Got it! Let's go! Roxanne just made the dumbest mistake of her life. Going into a match injured for a world title, bruh. You are not. You're gonna waste that championship, that breakout title championship. Damn it! God damn it, back over there. Yes, let's go, team. Yeah, no one in their right mind would take that match. Like, I get it. It's a gutsy move by Roxy. She's gonna look like a a sympathetic champion here, but you do not go into a match with a woman like Mandy Rose on the run that she is on and wrestle her with less than 100% health. No. No. And you have a contract where you can wrestle her at any time? No. Nice try, bum. You chase me on. Oh no! How? You bum! Now she's getting destroyed in picture. Oh, I'm gonna say, yo, I can't be sitting here grabbing him and I still don't get his car. Ain't nobody messing with my click. Oh, we lost one. No. Damn it! No! Mighty Mio. Like, you have a contract. You can, it's like giving up money in the bank for nothing. Like, you're giving up a prime opportunity to get her at any time. Like, it's like you didn't learn from Carmelo Hayes. Championship time. Let's do this. I need another win tonight. We got one so far. Can we make it two? I love how people online were like, maybe Cora Jade took her out just to get the heat. I'm like, oh, that would be super cool, but I'd feel weird turning Cora Jade at like 14 heel. Or she's not 14, but she's young as hell. God. No. No! Dang it, man. But I'm telling you now, if Mandy loses to this girl with bad ribs, it would not help her. It would not help Mandy at all. That would hurt Mandy more than anything. Roxanne is doing this for the old spirit of Ring of Honor. You go, girl. Her move is Pop Rocks. Ayo, that is super adorable. That's super adorable. Her finishing move is Pop Rocks. You can't be serious. Oh my god, it was Cora Jade! No way! The betrayal! Oh no! Oh, the knee! Oh man! Oh, the betrayal! The tag team champions with the betrayal! Oh, Cora Jade is the heel! No way! That did not just happen! I can't believe Cora Jade. I saw it coming to him like, yo, Cora doing a lot of chirping on the side. Told him, get in the ring, hurry up, hurry up. Pop Rocks! Cora's like, come on, girl, let's go! Move, move, move! Oh man! I was like, yo, she pulled that, she had the belt up, bam, right in the back too. Roxanne like, why, girl, why? Oh, Mandy's knee to the face is... I love how no one talks about Mandy Rose has a V trigger. Mandy Rose, her own V trigger. Yo! The tag team champions! The tag team champions are now feuding! This is just hilarious! Ew! And she broke the... Oh! She broke the skateboard over! Yo! Cora Jade's psycho! Wow. They're gonna make Roxanne Perez the new Bailey. She's gonna be the sympathetic Bailey. Holy crap! There we go. What a show! All those people going for the... Every woman on the roster was interviewed or checked out about being in that attack. And it was Cora Jade the entire time. Wow. That was a good one. I mean, they had a couple of fillers that I really didn't care for. But overall, there's some feuds here. I'm like, yo, this is fun. NXT makes it fun. If you're not sitting here trying to be a historian of wrestling and all that stuff, like, appreciate it. Yo, if that's like, I'm always on during like all the shows, so I'll just be talking during the shows and watching them. So I'm always on Twitch, man. I don't want to. I mean, sometimes I want to put it on the little chat thing and on the thread, but sometimes I feel like the thread just be kind of like hate like seeing me sometimes, so I'm just like, nah. Like, I like that their energy was like, yo, we're gonna be all over the place. Like, you got feuds at the bar, you've got Chase U in the UK. Like, the tag team champions are at war now. Like, there's so much going on. The world champion has been knocked out by the new former NXT Cruiserweight champion, like, coming back to America for the first time since he ended up losing the Cruiserweight title. Like, there's so much going on. You got Cameron Grimes in his weird situation where he might be a heel, but he might be a good guy. Like, it's just so many different bits and pieces everywhere. You got Apollo, now he's got people beefing with him. Like, you got a comic book guy coming out of nowhere and he knows all the algorithms about how to beat somebody. It's just so much going on. I love it to death. It's so much fun. Like, and I'm super pumped that this show is just finding its lane. And I think that's always been the thing, is if a show can find its lane, it's perfect. Some shows don't like to do that. Like, certain shows like to follow the same old format, like the Raw and SmackDowns, where you're just like, whatever, cool, we're getting there eventually. But, like, I'm still, like, kind of shocked that we didn't even get enough Chase U in the show. And Chase U's like my favorite thing on this show. But Cora Jade turning heel on Roxanne is something that it reminds me of the old horsewomen times. Like, I don't know. I am not calling Cora Jade Sasha Banks, but it's one of those Sasha Bailey moments where you were like, oh wow, Sasha definitely just turned on Bailey for no reason. And everybody like felt bad for Bailey. Like, why Sasha? Why? Like, I was like, why Cora? Why? I brought you here. I'm like, damn. Like, she was like, you're not supposed to get this moment. I'm like, damn. That type of jealousy, though. Wow. And it's just weird because I didn't even see it coming. I mean, eventually once somebody was like, yo, I ain't beat her up. I'm like, all right, there's a possibility Cora Jade might have did this. But before that, I'm like, yo, they're tag team champions. They're good. Nope. This got like Shawn Michaels and Ray. This is Shawn Michaels all over the place. Damn it, Michaels. This is Shawn Michaels and Diesel all over. He was like, how dare you get the title before me? Woo! Oh, I didn't even think about that till just now. Damn it, Shawn Michaels, and he was just posing with them, so he knows what's up. God damn it. That damn Shawn Michaels. He always finds a way to swerve everybody. That cheeky bastard. God damn it. Whew. Oh, man. Alright, let's see. And he just got finished posing with them for their title win. Like, now they think, hey, man, this possibly was a good setup for them. What a night. What a show. But yeah, I'm back in here tomorrow with AEW Dynamite. We're gonna be definitely doing that. It's a wellness check Wednesday. I know for a fact we'll probably dip out by 9:30 like everybody else does with AEW shows, because the main event was already at the start of the show. Is Brandy on? Brandy's on. I'm gonna raid out to the good old Dragon Squad leader. If my thing can show that she's live. Jesus, load. I feel like Twitch just does not like when I work with them. But yeah, man, thank you, man, for hanging out with me and chatting it up. But yeah, I'm definitely on here. That's why I'm never in the threads most of the time, especially at the start of the show, because I'm usually streaming, so I'm like watching it and giving my reaction on Twitch most of the time. So definitely appreciate you coming through, hanging out with us. We're raiding out to good old Brandy, who's playing Dead by Daylight, and we're gonna hang out. Make sure y'all show her some love. We'll be back here tomorrow. Wellness check Wednesday. Don't forget, movie night over on the Super Dope Discord is tomorrow night as well. 9:30 is the start time. We are watching Police Academy 1, baby. So hopefully you guys can all come through and hang out with us. Why is it taking forever to raid? What is this? Why is everything so weird with Twitch? Twitch is being super duper weird. But yeah, man, this was super fun. I'm super happy everybody came through. Shout out everybody that was watching and just lurking. Appreciate y'all too. 1,500 followers. They took away the view count, so never know about the views anymore. But appreciate everybody that's been in here. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, this episode will be available on YouTube sometime this week. I don't know. The YouTube times have been a little bit off, but we're going to try to get back to that. Special thanks to OBS for figuring out this issue. Apparently, not recording is the best way, so I'll just be saving everything from Twitch and going from there, man. I'ma holla at y'all. Peace.